Sir, awaiting command.
I'm ready.
Initiating countdown sequence. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Greetings everyone, and welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. Today is a special day. We've been destroying the world economy with berries, made a lot of machinery, got lead poisoning, destroyed the world economy again, and today we'll be reaching for much, much greater heights. Since we finished chapter 3 in the last video, today's task is to complete chapter 4 and 5 of this great modpack, which requires making calculation mechanisms, the final tier of machinery. And while that will require a lot of work, I've been through 3 entire chapters without having an office, and we need to fix that. Priorities. I'm thinking right here. That should be good. We're just gonna need a lot of these materials. Just 8 pages shouldn't be that hard. Now that my factory is growing, what should I do? I think I'll buy Twitter. Let me just do this, and that's 3 spruce. There it is, basalt. My god, that is the last of it, I believe. Yes, complete. Alright, time to make it fire. There it is. Yeah, that should do. Thank you, Schematic Cannon. As you can tell, having this money farm allows me to buy basically anything, so no major problems in the resource gathering department. Allow me to show you inside. Good morning, Biscuit. Here's your coffee. Apologies for my absence. I had other matters to attend to. Well then, see you at lunch. Home sweet home. Now, let's talk about Chapter 4. Silicon chips are the main protagonists of today, and their production requires machines from thermal series, which is quite interesting because that means we'll need to do some cool mishmash of both that and create to make a well-balanced farm. The guide tells us straight up that we need to generate a lot of power for these machines, but this thing exists that can transform money into power, and guess who has a lot of that? The chapter begins with possibly the most infuriating process I've ever encountered in a mod pack ever, so an interesting start indeed. Okay, if you've ever played Create Above and Beyond before, you know exactly what I'm about to show you. So what you do is you take a minecart with a hopper, and you put the input, which in this case is basalt, plus a magnet or whatever, a tool. Then you need a deployer with a bunch thingy that hits an invert machine with an industrial lamp, and what happens is it does this. So what you need to do is to move the hopper within sight of the thing, and now you have converted the basalt into basalt shards. Here is the other problem. Not only you are dealing with an entity, but from that entity, you need to move away the magnet and put it in a charger because you need to recharge it. Then you need to remove it, replace it into the thing with new basalt, and that thing needs to spin constantly. And we need to do this twice. One for basalt and one for snowballs. Fortunately, we do have minecart unloaders and minecart loaders. These are supposed to be used to put items and remove items. The problem is that if you somehow fill the entire hopper with basalt, then you don't have space for the magnet, so it cannot work. Same goes if, for example, you have a system with more than one magnet because you want it to go fast enough and not wait for the charging time, then it will eventually break because two magnets into the same hopper don't do anything, and you need to manually remove the thing and the problem and stuff, and everything breaks and explodes, and the RBMK reactor something xenon pit. Okay, so usually, if I have a problem with designing a system as complicated as this one, I look online for someone who did already and borrow their design. But none of the ones I found work for me. It took me about 2 full days to have this thing working. Here we encounter a very important decision. Do we want to build the entire Chapter 4 machinery into one big machine, or do we want to split the entire farm into its necessary modules and attach them to our logistic network? There isn't really a correct option. First option is way more compact, less laggy and less expensive, but it's annoying to set up and every resource needs to be farmed again even if it's automated in our system. The other is simpler and has a higher production potential, but is way more expensive, takes a long time to design, and it's laggy. I'm personally gonna go with the first option because my computer can barely handle this world anymore. And this is the full machine. This is basically everything required. We're making sand here to make balls to be something. Just read the wiki or something. I am actually extremely proud of this machine. That's why, for everyone who does not want to design such a thing, I will leave in my Discord server the schematic for it if you're playing this mod pack. Do you know about the ASML? It's that one big machine that makes 83% of all chips and is possibly the most advanced piece of machinery humanity has ever made. While I wouldn't compare my design to the likes of that, I like the analogy. Both make chips, and they're both precise and cool to look at. I've made this farm extremely efficient because I've heard from a little bird that chapter 5, the final chapter, requires a lot of these chips. Of course, designing a farm is one thing, but building it is a completely different story. Little test, let's see what the materials required are. We are looking at... Oh yeah, no, I forgot about these. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Last time, we delved into Chapter 3a, an interlude chapter that focuses on making ender machines, which allow the making of some pretty useful things, some of which I used in the farm's design. But what I didn't do last time was automating the process. Why? I forgot. So, we also have an extra task, automating ender machines. Just need a couple more of these. Perfect. Yes, this design sucks, but in my defense, we don't need that many, and second, who the hell balanced this thing? Because powering this one machine that makes chorus fruit requires as many generators as the entire farm we're trying to build. I mean, I guess I could go get the chorus fruit manually. Got about 22 stacks of chorus fruit. I mean, who cares if a few trees are dying? And also, this is a great time to mention that our industry wouldn't be able to continue without your kind support and feedback. So if you're enjoying the video so far, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps massively my work and keeps lovely people like you updated on whatever the hell I'm up to. Well, that is indeed a lot of chorus fruit. Should be enough for the rest of the mod pack, really. And finally, we must do the unthinkable, burn away our money. I mean, we were already doing it, but now, like, literally doing it. And after turning it all into ingots, we can finally put it in the machine. Okay, so this is going very slowly indeed, but there is a way to make it fast. And that's by using the augments that we've been using this entire playthrough. I guess I haven't really showed them out, but here they are. Just, oh yeah, they're in my backpack. We can just add one here and one here. Should be way faster now. Yes, perfect indeed. And now we wait. You'd think, since the building is handled by the schematic cannon, gathering the materials would be the hardest step. But no. After spending more than 3 hours getting all the materials and running the schematic cannon, every single piece of machinery needs to be replaced and edited, because the cannon does not care about NBT data for the thermal series stuff, nor anything that's not create mod related. Not to mention all the filters, items and augments, some of which I had to make new materials I've never handled to make. Molten copper and molten nickel. So it would go like this. What the hell do I do? Why are you overstressed? Not enough heat? Are you kidding me? I need to use... You're joking. That took 30 minutes. What does this awful process look like? Something along the lines of... Why did I get stuck? Is this correct? This looks... Rubber filters. Oh, this needs a thing here. Oh, the null things. Okay. Oh no, it's France. Quick, run. All of these need augments. Need this in the, yeah, blast chiller. Entropy manipulator. Sure. Whoa. He's tweaking. He's tweaking. You alright? Dude. I don't even remember what the settings on these things are. Ow. What just damaged me? You need water? You have water right here. Ow. It's like radioactive this place. I randomly take damage. Oh my god. We made 4 printed silicon! Oh my god! Oh, 5! Oh, we made 5! Yes! We need about 10,000. Oh, I am so happy. I am going to go take a nap or anything, or something, anything really. I'm gonna go learn how to fish. I'm gonna go fishing. Also, I love the fact that this farm fits into a single chunk, because I can have it always loaded from the minimap and won't run into issues with minecarts. But I feel like it's missing something. We have something to build. It's wool! You pull it, it fucking grows back again! You cannot lose! The one thing I can't farm. Ferns. Wow, getting all this stuff must be a tough job. So, this is the part where you laugh. I get it. Some of you may think I'm an evil company trying to destroy the world. But I'm not. Look, I'm doing a very humble job by mining stone at the bottom of the world. I'm just like you with my multi-billionaire business. We're in the same boat, if you will. Yup, perfect. I should have put torches. Oh well. I mean, it's not like the workers need to see very well. We just need to attach this entire system to our logistic network. And also we need to fix some little stuff here and there, you know, just make it good. Ow. How did you stop? What happened? I mean, look at that. Doesn't that just look evil and stuff? And we should have, yeah, printed silicon in our storage system. Now we're just missing one of these. And there we go. We only have one minor problem, and that is the flash drive. We need a logic processor, which requires whatever this is. It goes a little something like this. Right? Then we have a spout, like so. I believe we just press it. Yes, fantastic. Now we just need to make it last forever, and we can do that through this. It's a whole 7 gold. Wow, that is expensive. Well, anyway. And finally, it looks like we're making, in fact, calculation mechanisms.
And so our production is up by 400%.
We could do so much more.
Like what, sir?
Just find me something to work on. Something bigger. Anything.
Well, we could do something about the climate change we're causing. Good publicity, I reckon.
Get the hell out of my office.
Oh, as you wish, sir.
Now that we officially finished chapter 4 and automated these incredibly precious and advanced pieces of technology, we have to melt them. No, that's not a joke. Remember that gay liquid I mentioned that time? Yes, that's what we need all of these mechanisms for. The process line works like this. If you smelt a calculation mechanisms in a foundry, you get this liquid thingy, which you can put in molds to make either a 3, an 8, and the 4 main operators. With these, you can actually do math calculations when you put them in mechanical crafters, like 8 minus 3 equals 5. This is the extremely interesting part. Through these calculations, we need to get all numbers from 0 to 9. Of course, using the least number of operations, and using the least amount of total 3s and 8s. Do I even need to explain why this is my favorite part of this mod pack? This sounds like an extremely fun problem to solve. And there are some extra conditions that apply because of why we need these numbers that makes this challenge even more fun. First, since there are no negative numbers or numbers beyond 9, we're only limited to these integers. Second, we need the number of total uses of 3s and 8s to make our range of numbers to be as balanced as possible to save as many resources as we can. After a lot of brainstorming and almost considering learning Python to code something that could do it for me, I came up with the following. So, we start with 8 divided by 8 to get our 1, then 8 minus that to get 7, and 8 minus 8, and that's 0. We take 2 3s to make 9, and another 2 3s for 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. Then 6 divided by 3 for our 2, and then finally 8 minus 3 to get 5, and 3 plus 1 to make 4. It's not perfectly balanced, but it's the best setup that I found with my methods. But if there is a coder among you, I'd love to know if there's a better answer, or even generalized for x and y. You know, have fun. That's what math's for. So after all of that, we take every number, smelt it in a foundry, and all of the liquid integers combine to make the gay liquid. Do this about 213 times, put it all in a basin, and you get this block. Now repeat all of that 8 times, and the hardest part of the mod pack is done. Maybe I should mention that the modpack highly suggests to use Applied Logistics 2 to automate all of this, especially since the original modpack cabin is porting didn't have logistic mechanisms. So it used to be the only way you could feasibly do that. But I am deeply scared of AE2 because I can't visibly see what's going on. So we're going full create on this. Is this smart? No. Am I going to regret this? Maybe. Will I have fun designing it? Yes. And this is what I came up with. So, we are working with not one, but 2 different tanks. So, in this one, we smelt the calculation mechanisms and they go into their molds. Then they go into our logistic network thingy, and here we counter kind of a little problem. Since numbers cannot be made in a crafting table, the gauges do not have the little button that allows you to use just one crafting module. Which means we need a module for every operation that we need. Every frogport here has the name of the operation that it does, and all of the numbers end up here and moved into our storage. Then, whenever we want, we can just request a stack of each number to go into here. Here they get smelted down, and they just combine to make the liquefied computation matrix. Another day, another AFK session at this machine. Come on, just one more. As you might have guessed from seeing the design, it's not that expensive, until you remember that we need 30 different lead machines. And these are quite expensive because my machine is not extremely optimized. But who cares, right? If it works, it works. Right, this should be enough. I'll just put it here, and let's begin. Here we see a prime example of what happens when you let your schematic cannon place vaults. Look at this. What the hell? And it finished. Perfect. Now, of course, I just want to build something cool around it. Here it is. Oh, it's quite large. Schematic is cool and all, but first we should actually test if the whole thing works. The main idea is that we have these thingies. These ender tanks will get lava from our system and wirelessly move it here. That's the main idea. We'll see if it works. Yeah, it's lit up. Okay, it's full. Good. So it actually works. Fantastic. Of course, the names are not saved. And that should be the last of it. Alright, let's go see the damage. My dear steam engine, how are you faring? Holy hell, 42%. Wait, does that mean that that's a whole, like, 10%? Wow. That's basically the last big machine of the entire playthrough, which means that 4 steam engines are just enough for the entirety of the mod pack. This is gonna be a long process. Let's see if I actually can remember all of the operations. It was working perfectly, now it decided it does not want to work perfectly. And now it will magically work. Check this out. Yeah, now we got 8. Okay, so... Okay, one thing at a time then. A schematic cannon placing all of these tanks together works perfectly fine. When you place one tank with a schematic cannon, everything breaks and it doesn't work, you have to replace it. Else skill issue fell off, no ratio or something. Okay, actually, looks like now it's working. I guess we'll know in about 10 minutes. Oh, I get it. It's full. That's why it's not working. Oh. So now it seems like it actually works. Is this stopping it? I guess I could have it here. Am I sounding British right now? And now it will work forever, I'm sure. Okay. Please. Just work. Just work first try. Give me this. Just once. But 9 got sent. Yes! Look at all these numbers. Oh, there it is! The gay liquid! Well, at least I know that everything works now, don't I? I need more. I need to own more things. I need to automate everything. Every single unimaginable thing. Okay, good time to save the world before it explodes everything. Yeah, look at that. And we're done. Okay, that's everything. And it's done. Alright, well, there it is. 5. Like the chapter we have finished automating. Very unfortunate for this truck that got destroyed by the rose farm, but I'm just going to do like a good company does and ignore it completely. I made sure to make all of these separate parts in an interesting shape because, you know, I wanted to build a pretty structure around it. But now we just need to wait quite a bit of time. So I'm feeling a bit empty.
How so?
It's not enough. We need something bigger. We're capable of so much, yet we're bound by the resources under our feet.
Well, what else can we do?
I've been thinking about the moon. Imagine the breakthroughs. So many resources and space and...
That's insane. Listen, we don't even have a material that can sustain such a mission, nor the fuel to make it happen.
Then make it happen. Start developing something. Refine some crude oil from somewhere and call some volunteers for the mission.
Sir, I don't think anyone's gonna volunteer for that.
Then I will do it myself. That aside, to get to space we'll need much more than just the computational matrix blocks. That's just used to make the navigational system for the rocket. But we also need a launch pad, a spacesuit, and of course, fuel. The main material used in the first two recipes is matter plastics. It's made through this machine that turns any 256 blocks into matter balls, 9 of which can be made into ingots with some blaze cakes. Do I need to farm blaze cakes? Oh, would you look at that? Then we take our ME controller, just do this, and this is the machine we need. Yes, this is what we need, whatever. So the setup is something like this. Some sort of, yeah, like this. It looks like I'm building a random tower, but this is actually extremely optimal. That's basically it. I just do this, and we use algal bricks. These ones. Just put it in here, and this should make a lot of them. Very fast too. Precisely. Now we just wait. Here it is, a legendary moment. I'm about to send right here the whole thing, because we're about to make the first of 8 blocks of liquid matrix, whatever. Book. And... hey! I don't remember the actual amount that we need, but it shouldn't be that too much. Hell yeah. Now we can actually start making the attire. And yeah, that's literally all there is. Okay, space boots. And there it is. How do I look? Oh, that's nice. How do I put oxygen in it? Converts water into oxygen. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. There it is. We should be making it right now. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bonk. There it is. Launch pad. Whoa, that is... that's big. Okay, it's full. Fantastic. What about fuel? Well, get ready for this. We need to leave our base and explore. Unacceptable. We need to find these little fountains of oil and put it in a waste thing where we make 2 products, heavy oil and light oil. Then we refine the light oil and pour them together in a basin and we get fuel. That's about it. All the conditions are met, and now all that's left is to wait for all the farms to do their job and make enough materials to finally go to the moon. Which means I have quite a lot of free time, so what am I going to spend all this time on? What is it?
Sir, O5 has finished its last cycle. Sir, awaiting command.
I'm ready.
Initiating countdown sequence.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.